So guys, welcome to today's Market Compass, and let's see what we can get in market today, right? I'm going to be starting my analysis with the dollar index. I really want to look at the dollar index. I remember yesterday I shared a bullish bias for you guys on this dollar. All right, I was anticipating, some buys from here, right, at this level yesterday. Okay, after seeing the sweep of this particular low, I was really anticipating that we'll get that buys from there. But we had this gap sometime this morning, and ever since then we've been seeing how the dollar has just been descending. Although we are recovering now, but let me conduct a very much fresh analysis on the dollar and see what we can expect right here today. Euro USD has begun its descent. GBP USD has begun its descent. Now, before we get back to the dollar, I remember mentioning USDJPY. Now, this can be very much painful because I told you guys to exit this trade, right? That we might be seeing some more downtime, and it's quite a painful one anyways. But then it's all part of it. I wasn't just comfortable about the trade again, and then I told you guys to exit. And apparently we can see that trade is just delivering just well. All right. I guess I was wrong to call you guys. Not I guess, I was actually wrong to tell you guys to exit the trade right here. But nonetheless, let's see what we can potentially get on other assets, even this USDJPY. Now, I will still want to watch out what price is going to do around these levels. So conducting a fresh analysis on these guys, so far so good. On the monthly time frame, we have that dealing range. All right, we still have that dealing range of interest, which is going to span from, and I remember we're talking about these highs as potential drawn liquidity for us, where we're going to see price get attracted to. And so far so good in the month of November. This is just all that price has done. I'm expecting that we should see some more bullish continuation. No doubt they may want to go down to start, sell to buy situation. So coming down to the weekly time frame or to the daily time frame now to build a bias. From the daily time frame, we can actually identify that price lately has been giving us that typical bullish structure of higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and we got some new higher highs right here. I'm right? Let me zoom in to see better. So turning this to line chart. Yeah, we got that higher high. So price closed right below the previous, right above the previous highs, confirming the higher high bias. So we are typically bullish on the dollar index, and where we should see some bullish price action. A very good point of interest for us is this last sell candle, where price is at the moment. All right, so there are chances that they might want to capture maybe these lows to react from some key levels or anything below here. Now, on that thing again that can help us refine this zone is the 4 hours time frame can help us refine. But before we go into the 4 hours time frame, something I would really want to consider is my quarter point support and resistance play. All right, and you can see that price just came back into a major area of support and resistance on the quarter point levels. So we are right into a major area of support and resistance. And I've explained to you guys before on how these quarter point levels play. So ideally, we want to see price reaction. We want to monitor price reaction around these levels. That is what is going to potentially call out for these buys to the upside to capture some of those liquidities that we have resting above. So where exactly now are we going to wait for this time frame or this evidence? All right, preferably on the daily time frame analysis, 1 hour time frame evidence. So the 1 hour time frame is going to make sense to see that price action. So what exactly would I want to see? I don't like the lows that we have here. I don't like the lows that we have here. All right. So even before we buy, I would really love to see price give us the capture of these lows to now start buying all the way to the upside. All right. So I will just be very patient until I see clear reasons to engage in the buy. We don't have that very clear reasons. And once the buy kicks in, it's going to be a very, very much long-term buy. All right. So we might still be seeing some more sell. At least considering this liquidity right here, okay, we might see some more sells to the downside. We might see some more sells to the downside. Now, on that, and again, I consider in liquidity, types of liquidity I consider as sessional liquidity. So I need to confirm what sessional liquidity this is. All right, so we have good. You see, so this liquidity is something I really love to see captured because this is both a London, New York, and Asian sessional liquidity, right? Okay, no, not Asian, but London and New York sessional liquidity. So I would really love to see price come and capture this low before we even start buying all the way to the upside. All right. So these are the things that I'll be looking out for on the dollar index. That means we should be seeing some more downside in the dollar today. There is some more bearish price action in the dollar today. And this in turn is going to simply mean bullish price action on Euro USD. All right, it's in turn going to mean bullish price action on Euro USD. And that's bullish price action for today. I might not be going from the monthly time frame. This is just a London session call. Let's see what we can potentially get. So from this, I was eyeing these particular highs, but price just captured that particular highs already. I was eyeing the highs as one of the easy targets today, and we have some of these other highs right here. Now let me see the sessional liquidity targets also that we may want to keep an eye on. All right, I love the imbalance that we can spot here. We have, okay, beautiful. We have some equal highs here, and right above the highs is an imbalance. So where exactly would I want to see that price react from? I would want to see a sell into these levels, a 1 hour shift in structure. If not 1 hour, maybe the 15 minutes. 15 minutes is going to be very well. All right, so that will lead us to the buys to capture these highs, and we also have some equal highs. Can you see those equal highs resting here? It's just a very, very beautiful play. Aside even looking at those highs that way, right? You can also spot the trend line liquidity here. You can see this very beautiful trend line liquidity. So if we're going to buy, at least we should buy to the end of the trend line liquidity right above there. So we have some easy targets, these highs, and then the last target, which is going to be this high. So I'm bullish on the Euro USD. Coming down to my DRC model plays, if I should utilize what we have on the DRC model play, I would want to keep an eye on this. All right, we have some major areas of support and resistance here, which is of serious interest to me. Good. All right, so we see those areas of support and resistance. I'd really love to see price come all the way down here to give us that evidence to now start buying to the upside. My evidence is going to make sense. Now, this is exactly what I'll be expecting. My students know me already for this. And, you know, the major places we expect, reversals from in the markets are either the DRC or the 50% DRC levels. Now, two things to expect. It is either we get a typical case of a morning star candle right below these levels to start buying. If we don't get that, the next thing that we should get in the market is what? A break below 50%, a morning star candle level evidence, and then that is our trade to the upside. If we don't get that morning star candle, all right, that means we'll get the break below 50%, all right, a break above again, creating a complete rising tree formation, and that will be our trade to the upside. All right, simple logic, simple trade. So we know what exactly to wait for. Now, this is a beautiful thing about having a playbook. Once you have a playbook like this, it guides you, it directs you on what to do. All right, so we know that the playbook is now telling us, okay, yes, we want to buy. We have that buying bias. We have those beautiful liquidity targets all the way above. In short, another beautiful thing again about that liquidity is that the liquidity is somewhere around 50% of the next day RSC levels. All right, look at it. So riding from 50% to 50% is a very good move. So all I'll be waiting for patiently, preferably the 1 hour time frame or the 15 minutes time frame, anyone. All right, 1 hour time frame would be the best for me if I want to play the morning star evidence right after the break below the 50%. The 1 hour time frame will be the best evidence for me. All right. If it is for the rising or the falling tree, the 15 minutes time frame is going to be good. All right. So if price break below, I know I told you guys that these DRC levels with the DRC feed levels also serve as major areas of support and resistance in the market. So once price come, an evidence of a break and a continuation is that rising tree evidence. So we break below, no problem. Then we break back above the 50%, wait for a complete rising tree formation, enter right after the play of the C leg if there is an evidence below the C leg to play. If there is no evidence below the C leg, that means we just mitigate off from the C leg and we'll start buying all the way to the upside. This is going to be my play today. All right. So it's just to patiently wait for the market to come to me and give me that play. Let's now see for GBP USD. So for GBP USD, it's typically the same thing. Sorry, for GBP USD, it's typically the same thing, right? Playing the quarter point levels or the DRC level plays. And now, the GBP USD is going to be a little bit trickish because as you can see, we have a very, very long ride, bullish market ride here. So where will I best expect this play from? I think I would best expect this play from here. All right. I don't want to play 50% because that is way beyond 50% of this consigned range. This consigned range now I'm talking about is going to span from this particular lows. It's going to span from this particular lows all the way to this particular highs. All right, so it's going to really make sense. Two things I would expect. See that price come right at this DRC level, reacting from some support and resistance or key levels right there, right at this DRC level. If I see a 1 hour engulfing candle. Emphasis, just pay attention to the instructions, right? The instructions are built on data. These instructions are built on data. My playbook are backing up these instructions. It's not just anointed guesswork. And this is not my first time, my second time, my third time doing this kind of thing. This is something that I do every single day. All right. You saw how we took the GBP USD trade yesterday. It was a simple logic. It obeyed every single thing. We got a typical falling trade on GBP USD yesterday. We got the sales. The target was clear. Our entry was very clear. Our target was very clear. I got the clean 1 to 3 on that risk reward yesterday. And then that was just very beautiful. All right. So these things are not, they're not anointed guesswork. They're not just guessworks. They are things that are built based on data. So what we should expect is either price come right into this DRC and give us a 1 hour engulfing candle. If no 1 hour engulfing candle, we don't want to take that trade. All right. If not that, I would even prefer that we break below this DRC level right here, that we break below this DRC level, then give us a morning star candle. All right. That morning star candle is going to make much sense. Now, there are chances that these guys will give us a morning star candle, and after giving us the morning star candle, they will just clear the lows of the morning star candle just to start buying. It's allowed. All right. So that you see a morning star price, ideally your SL is supposed to be right below, but price might create that morning star. After creating that morning star, simply because within these highs and these lows, there is no internal liquidity, they might want to use these lows as their internal liquidity to now start reacting, to start buying all the way from there. So this is exactly what we want to watch. So your duty as a trader is to sit back, allow the market to present your edge to you. If it is there, it is there. If it is not there, it is not there. So on Euro USD, we are waiting for other 50% DRC levels. We are waiting for a break below and then a formation of a rising tree, or we are waiting for a break below 50% and a formation of a morning star candle. On the GBP USD, right at these DRC levels now, we are waiting for either at the DRC levels, we are waiting for a 1 hour engulfing candle, or preferably below that DRC levels, a break below that levels, then we should see what we call a morning star or a rising tree evidence. Also is going to be a beautiful trade setup for us, and that will be our trade for today. All right, so I'm also still skeptical about this USJPY buys. All right, I still believe that we might see some more downside. Now, this is what the play is going to look like to me. I know that, yes, I told you guys we exited the trade, all right, quite early. If not, I would have told you guys we could just exit right in here. But then I know that we should still see some more downsides on these guys. Now, part of the things that is going to give me conviction on this is the fact that we have some areas of support and resistance right there. But if I should use the DRC model play, marking out my fibs from one DRC to another DRC levels, we should see some very good reaction. So let me study price reaction. So let me study price reaction right here now. So this is the beauty. Now look at this. We got a typical falling tree right from this 50%. Just like I told you guys, can you, just like we're expecting on Euro USD, can you see the falling tree, or sorry, the evening star right above the break of the 50%? That was what led to this descent, right? Even after that evening star, they've given you a confirmation after that evening star of a formation of a falling tree, which is going to give us that A, B, C, D movement. Now, right above the C leg, there is nothing much of interest to see. All right, the price reaction should come to. So that means, you know, in the falling tree and rising tree model, we have the points A, C, and D mitigation move. So is either price come back to the A leg, the A wave, which is somewhere above there to move, or price move from the C wave, which is somewhere above here, or price just take off from the D wave. Right? In this particular case, now, one of the things that is going to be very much interesting for me to consider is the C wave. So I would really want to watch out for this play on Euro USD, I mean on USD JPY. I doubt if there is anything above. Let me see the 15-minute time frame. I don't think there is anything. Look at, it's all balanced price action all through. So it's just a balanced price action all through. And on the 1 hour time frame also is a balanced price action all through. So there is nothing really much of interest above the C leg that we should see price capture. The worst or the closest that we can see is maybe a tap at this particular level and then an engulfing candle for price to start reacting to the downside. So, but then if you start waiting for it, you can either choose to wait for that, or better still, this is going to be the limit. So you have a sell limit, and to play safe, just use the 30 pips SL. All right, use the 30 pips SL mark. This lows is already a 1 to 2 point something risk reward. So beautiful. In short, this is exactly the trade I'm going to be taking this morning now. All right, I'll be taking this particular trade this morning. We should be seeing, this is the move. So you clean 1 to 2 risk reward I'm giving you a limit on this guy, a clean 1 to 2 risk reward, and I know that this trade has the potential of delivering a 1 to 3 risk reward. It might be a slow day nonetheless, simply because today is US bank holiday. All right, so it might be a slow day, but I'm rooting for this. This is an easy money trade for me. You see this particular trade setup here is one of those trades that I term an easy money trade setup. All right, so a 1 to 2 risk reward on this guy. So keep an eye on it, and let's see what we could potentially get on this guy. So let me save the markup and keep it in my before and after trade setups. And right, yeah, let me ignore that. So I'm calling out on these guys for USDJPY. So entry is just right there at 156.346. SL is 156.648. And then TP2 is just right there. So it's just a 1 to 2.2 risk reward, the 1 to 2.3 risk reward setup. For Euro USD, I've told you guys what to expect. So we are patiently waiting. Price is still descending. Now, the fact that I'm telling you to buy doesn't mean don't go and do any sell to buy thing. Just save that capital for the right trade. Don't go and do, okay, since we're expecting a coach has said that price should come down here, let me now sell to buy. You now enter sell and then put SL, you hit quick 1 to 1, then you now don't allow that voices that comes to the head to confuse people to come to you now. Just stay away from it. All right. If the market, wait for the market to give you that evidence before you engage. Same thing on GBP USD. Don't see that price is still far. Oh, they just give you a 1 hour break. Let me now engage in this 1 hour break of structure sell. Stay away from that. All right. Wait for price to come to you. The only setup now that I'm giving you guys is this USDJPY setup. All right. So the call is almost about, and once I'm done with this call, I'm setting my limits and we'll see what we can get from there. All right. So for the US30, nothing much. I don't have anything much on the US30. This is just all I have for us today. All right. This is all I have for us today. So I've kept the markup, the reason for this trade, but like I will do sometimes, let me clean this off. Let me clean that off. No, this is now where all those what if voice will start coming to you. What if they buy? What if they do? I don't care. If they buy and take an SL, no problem. It's all part of the game, right? All right, so 30 pips SL is somewhere around there. And CP is just right below this lows, a 1 to 2.3 weeks reward. Right, so this is exactly what I'll be looking to play. This is exactly what I'll be looking to play. So I'll share this with the community. Let me save the markup also. So guys, that will be all I'll be looking at today. I'm also saying something on gold. Let me share my view on gold. I'm seeing some potential. I know that yes, overall we should buy on gold, but before we buy, and funny thing is that I was actually I went out, although it was a break-even trade anyways, but then we should buy because I want to see gold capture these equal highs. You see this equal highs, liquidity draw, liquidity here. That is a very serious point of interest for me in gold. I really want to see them trade all the way to that highs. But before we trade to that highs, looking at what the 4 hours give us here, we got these 4 hours kind of, not necessarily a break, but before we see that, I would prefer to buy at discount. All right, this is too high. This is at premium. So I really want to see price come into these levels to start buying all the way to the upside. Now, these levels, characteristics of these levels for me is just mainly the imbalance that we have right here. That is the interest. As you can see, these are deleted symbols. They're no longer part of the things I look at, but once in a while, I just take, if I don't see setup on my main setup, I just look at gold, BTC, NASDAQ, or Euro USD. Yesterday, NASDAQ paid me very well. And I took a trade on NASDAQ. I won GBP USD. I also won my NASDAQ trade. My NASDAQ trade today is the gold. So for that gold, I would really love to see this. I would really love to see this play on gold. All right. I would really love to see price come down. I don't want to buy from, I'm not looking to buy from anywhere here. Now, there are chances that we might just sell off from here, maybe or maybe not. But then just wait for that discount buy. Don't try to catch a sell to buy case. Wait for that discount buy. If they give us a discount, fine. If they don't give us the discount, no problem. All right. Then this is a setup I also have on the NASDAQ. All right. I have this setup on the NASDAQ. So keep your eyes on it. This is a quick 1 to 2. We have the whole of this dynamic liquidity. It is a long trade setup for me. All right. So if you think you can hold it, you hold it. This is going to give you a typical, at the end of the trade, is a typical 1 to 9 risk reward. But you know me, I'm not a swing trader. I don't do all those kind of things. Every day, if I need an entry every single day, I'm going to get an entry. Yesterday was a 1 to 3 risk reward. NASDAQ gave a 1 to 2 risk reward, and I won the both of them. That's already a 1 to 5 risk reward. And I like it in and out as though I was never there. and trying to pass through the emotional stress of swinging this trade. I don't know how to manage that yet. I've not trained myself to be able to manage that kind of that kind of emotional stress. All right. So I just like that in and out positions. So this is a 1 to 3. First target is obviously going to be a 1 to 2, but this is a 1 to 3 position right here. So I'm looking at this play on NASDAQ. So if you want, you can also look at utilizing this trade. So these are the 4 trades I'm looking at today. Euro USD sell, GBP USD sell, a recap. Euro USD sell. For Euro USD, we want to see a break below 50%, either a rising trade pattern or a morning star candle after the break of that 50% DRC levels that we're buying. GBP USD, we have that DRC levels where we want to see either an engulfing candle and we buy, preferably a break below the DRC levels, and we see a morning star candle, and after that morning star candle, a rising trade candle, right? One of the two should happen. So is it that we see a morning star? Even if we see a morning star, I'll be skeptical about playing that because price might want to clear the lows of that particular morning star before we start buying. All right, so that is exactly what I expect to see on the GBP USD. On the USJPY, we already have a typical falling trade pattern, and there is nothing above the C leg that is of interest to me. So I really love to see price come to that C leg, mitigate off from that C leg, and give us that expansion to the downside, an easy 1 to 2 rigs to reward trade. Then for the NASDAQ, this is exactly what I'm expecting on the NASDAQ. I really want to see price come into these demand and supply levels, and we have that dynamic liquidity. I want to see price, go all the way to the upside to clear that. For gold, I'm expecting some discounted price action before we start seeing some buying price actions. All right, so all these things I'm saying are systematized. They're not guesswork. All right, that is one of the beautiful things about system trading, is that once you build your playbook, you have all these things. You have the data backing you up. Your duty is just to manage your risks, execute just as you are supposed to, and allow the market do its thing. All right. So having said that, I wish you guys a profitable day ahead. Trade safe, clap easy, and don't blow your account. All right. Play the long-term game, and you're going to see how beautiful the market can be. All right. So during the course of this week and next week, I'll be releasing lots of contents for you guys. I'm going to be pulling out all my methods, all right, the way I trade, my strategies, how to build a playbook, how to build a checklist, how to build a journal, how to build a daily report card, and how to take your daily report card serious. The importance of self-awareness. That is one of the series I'm going to be running about. You see, self-awareness helps a lot. And then it is best known in your journal. Your journal is one of the best places to give you a revelation of your personalities and the consistent pattern, all right? Identifying the patterns of the mistakes you make so you can easily know because when you know what to fight or when you know what to correct, it becomes much more easier for you, all right? So that is exactly what I'll be dishing out for you guys as the day goes by. So stay safe, clap easy, or trade safe, clap easy. Don't play accounts and keep an eye on what I have for you guys. Do have a great day ahead. Thank you all for joining, and see you on the next one. Bye, guys.